Hey guys, since the buzz is all about AI agents, I just wanted to talk about how we can create, these AI agents using LangChain. So if you don't know what is LangChain, LangChain is basically an open source AI framework to help you build LLM powered applications, and LangChain also helps you build these AI agents. So let's understand why suddenly everybody is talking about these AI agents, right? So it's all because of the capabilities these AI agents have. These AI agents can actually break down a very complex problem or a prompt into simple formats, smaller parts, so they can handle the tasks very easily. And they have this capability of tool calling or API calling whenever there is a need. And they also have this memory where they can remember everything like a chat history, so that they know what has happened and what actions need to be taken in the further steps. So that's what makes an AI agent so powerful, and that's why every company is talking about the AI agents these days. And today, we're gonna see how you can build a simple structured chat agent using LangChain. So the structured chat agent is capable of using multi-input tools. I'm just using one, tool here. I'm gonna show you in the further tutorial here. So in agents, basically the language model is the heart and soul of these agents, right? So a language model is used as a reasoning engine to determine which actions to take and in which order, basically. So basically, language model is the heart and soul of these AI agents. And Yeah, so let's get started with our building a simple AI agent. First things first, we'll install LangChain community, LangChain OpenAI, because we're going to use OpenAI API key here, and the LangChain hub for tool calling. And we'll import the libraries from LangChain. And then, yeah, we are using Tavily Search API to build the agent here. So it's basically an API. It's an search engine optimized for LLMs. You can go to Tavily, and you can actually basically see and do a lot of these tutorials and see how basically this Tavily search works. So that's what I'm using. So that's why I'm basically mentioning Tavily API key here. And then I'm using Tavily as my tool. And then that's what I'm mentioning. The tool is Tavily search. And then let's create the agent. And The prompt is this is how we are creating the agent using LangChain. And uh, This is where we are mentioning our structured chat agent. And then we're going to mention our OpenAI API key, because we need to add the model that is GPT 3.5 Turbo 1106. And then let's construct the agent. That's what we are doing here. It basically consists of LLM and the tool and the prompt, right? So let's run the agent, right? The next step is to run the agent, and the input is, it's just a simple query like, hey, what is a llama index and what is the difference between LangChain and llama index? So as you can see, it takes the sequence of steps here, right? So entering new agent executor chain using the LangChain chain sequence. So the action is basically it is using the tool that we mentioned, Tavily search results. And then it is the action input is llama index, because it sees the prominent word, the llama index here, the first one, and it basically goes through the tool to search about llama index, and it finds there is a docs about llama index, where there is a prominent content about llama index, and it gets the content about llama index. And then again the sequence starts, and it again, the action input is a LangChain, because it sees that the other prominent thing we are talking, the query is about LangChain. And then it goes through as you can see, the prominent content about LangChain is present in there in the LangChain website. It goes through LangChain website to collect the data, and then it comes up with a final answer saying, hey, I have finished this chain of sequence after tool calling and all that. and here is the input, what you provided, and here is the output. Llama Index provides tools for beginners, advanced users, and everyone in between. Their high-level API allows beginner users to use the Llama Index to ingest and query their data in 5 lines of code. And it says like it also talks about the LangChain here, I think, right? Yeah, LangChain, on the other hand, offers a platform for building context-aware reasoning application with uh, flexible abstractions and an AI-first toolkit. So both platforms seem to cater to different aspects of language processing and AI applications. So as you can see, we asked the query and there was a sequence of actions and the tool calling, and then at the end we saw the proper result, right? So that's how it's a simple structured chat agent we built using a LangChain. Hey, now that we saw how a simple AI agent can be built using structured chat agent can be built using LangChain, let's see a little more advanced. I won't call it advanced, but a little more sophisticated AI agent, right? How to build a sophisticated AI agent, right? So let's build a simple, again, a little more advanced than what we saw, a React AI agent, right? Why we call it React? Because it's reason and act agent that iteratively reasons and gathers information from external tools before providing an answer. We saw that, but let's see a little depth of how you can iteratively make an AI agent go in a loop to find contextually relevant uh, responses. So we are using OpenAI again. Let's import some libraries. We're gonna mention our OpenAI key, OpenAI API key, and we need to define a prompt here, basically to help our AI agent to understand, hey, this is a structure you can go through and basically find the proper responses, right? So the prompt tells the LLM how to approach a problem, basically. This prompt is a simple example and most definitely for demonstration purpose only. And I'm just defining a prompt. You are in a loop of thought, action, and observation, and then answer. So basically go through these steps: thought, action, observation, and answer. And I'm just giving it an example of a calculation, calculate, and then go through Wikipedia and always look things up on Wikipedia if you have the opportunity to do so. And then example session question is, what is the capital of France? And the thought is, I should look up France on Wikipedia. And the action is Wikipedia France. And then come up with an answer. You should then call the appropriate action and determine the answer from the result. You then output the answer, right? The capital of France is Paris after looking up, after doing all those uh, things like thought, action, observation, right? So this is a sequence. This is kind of prompt we are giving it to our basically our LLM, and let's implement that. So creating a client and then defining a Python class. Basically, we are using Python here, Python class that will implement a chatbot. I'm going to share this in, I have a repo created. I'm going to share that so that you can go through and basically try this. I'm basically, our model is 3. Chat GPT 3.5 Turbo. And we are also defining a query, right? The next step is to define a query function that uses an instantiation of the chatbot. The query function implements a loop that continues until there is no more actions need to be taken after the proper, what we call after it does the thought, action, observation, and once it finds the proper answer, we are telling the chatbot to stop there, right? So, and then define the action functions, the tools, basically, the Wikipedia, calculate, the calculator. That's what we are basically defining, Wikipedia, and then the calculate, right? And the next is utility function that prints out the last message to have been generated by the bot, right? We are basically, telling the bot, hey, generate at the end, generate the proper answer for us. And then let's test the agent, right? bot instance bot. We are basically the query is what is 20 into 15, right? Multiplied by 15. And then see, as you can see, we told thought, action, and answer, right? And the observation. That's what it is doing in a sequential order. Let's take a proper query and then see how it basically works, right? So the next query is like, hey, what languages are spoken in Spain that are also spoken in France, right? So thought, as you can see, it goes through the thought process. I should look up the language spoken in Spain and France on Wikipedia because we have mentioned use Wikipedia whenever there is possible, whenever there is a possibility to find out which ones are spoken in both countries, right? And then the action is Wikipedia, languages of Spain. It goes through the languages of Spain in Wikipedia. And then at the end, as you can see the answer, the main languages spoken in both Spain and France is Spanish, right? So it also tells like while other there are other regional languages spoken in Spain, such as I don't know what is called Catalan, and all these they are not as widely spoken in France. So that's why it says that Spanish is the language. So again, let's ask a simple query again to see how it goes through sequential steps to come up with a proper answer, right? Who are some billionaires from India that are also ranked as one of the richest people list in the world, right? So the thought is I should look up information about Indian billionaires who are also among the richest people in the world, right? The action again, it goes through Wikipedia, a list of Indian billionaires. It basically finds that, and the answer it can say, "Hey, I cannot provide a specific answer because the Indian billionaires the list keeps changing." So it goes basically goes through the source Forbes list, right? Forbes Indian Forbes. So it basically goes through the Indian Forbes list to find these find the answer. So it says like it again goes through the loop until it gets the proper answer. So at last it says like, hey, answer, the information you provided seems to be related to the sources where the list of billionaires can be found, such as Forbes and Forbes India. It also mentions lists of billionaires and countries with billionaires. If you are looking for specific information about Indian billionaires who are among the richest people in the world, I can try provide more details. Feel free to ask more. So, but as you can see in between, it gave us the answer, right? I cannot provide a specific answer as the list of Indian billionaires changes frequently due to fluctuations in their net worth. However, some well-known Indian billionaires have been ranked among the richest people in the world, including Mukesh Ambani, Gautam Adani, Shiv Nadar, and Lakshmi Mittal. So, since it said like there is no proper answer, there is no answer. It keeps changing. It went again in a loop. So that's how these React and Reason and Act chatbot AI agents basically work. And again, like last query, I just asked like, what is the longest river in the world? And thought action again, it runs goes through the Wikipedia to find the longest river in the world, and it comes up with the answer. The longest river in the world is Nile River. So this is how basically React AI agent works. And yeah, I'm gonna share the links to so that you can try and understand how these AI agents are so powerful and how you can use them.